LSU has had some of the most electric and fun to watch players of all time, but they haven't won a national championship since 2020. So today we're going to try and make that happen by building the all-time LSU roster. We're going to spin this wheel of all-time LSU players to build our team, and then we're going to have to complete each of these challenges to fulfill the all-time LSU team's destiny. If I don't complete each of these challenges, I have to give away $50 in gift cards to some of my subscribers in the comment section down below of this video. So like the video if you enjoy it, subscribe, and turn on notifications so AMA uploads, and join us on the road to 30,000 subs. And comment down below a team you would like me to do this with next, as well as the all-time players from that team. Whatever's commented most, I'm going to do. So if you want to help me make a video, do that, and I'll pick one of them to do this with next. As of right now, though, LSU is a 90 overall with an 89 overall offense and a 92 defense, so let's help that with our first wheel spin. There is some awesome players on there, so I'm really hoping we can get a great one, and the first one is going to be Playoff Lenny, which I'm sure you guys already know who that is. But one of my all-time favorite LSU players, because they are my favorite college football team, was Leonard Fournette, number 798 overall, selected in the 2017 NFL draft by the Jags. We gave him 94 speed, 95 acceleration. We gave him great carrying, super good break tackle and trucking because he was a monster in college, and he is going to be our lead back on this team. But that's just one of the many players we're going to be adding to our all-time LSU team, so let's get back into our second wheel spin. Next wheel spin, we've got a ton of great players on here, and we're adding Honey Badger, which is another very obvious one. But him and our other cornerback we will be adding in a little bit are actually best friends, and they're going to be perfect together in the LSU secondary. And quick hint, they're both going to be wearing number 7 on the squad, so go ahead and give a guess down below of who you think we're going to add. But obviously Tyrann Mathieu was amazing at LSU at the cornerback position. He actually fell in the draft due to the off-the-field issues, but he was incredible at LSU, easily one of the best defensive backs in the nation, if not the best at the time, and he's going to help turn around our program to hopefully win a natty. But after adding the Honey Badger, we went to our next wheel spin, and we landed on QB's best friend, another perfect one. And oddly enough, this would be any quarterback's best friend because he's going to help you out so much, but he's literally our quarterback's best friend in real life, and that is going to be Ja'Marr Chase, one of the best wide receiver prospects we've seen in a long time. We made him a 99 overall with 95 speed, 97 acceleration, incredible change of direction, and the most perfect catching stats you could ever find in a wide receiver because he was truly that guy at LSU in 2019. But we're barely even halfway through all the all-time LSU players we're going to add, and I just want to point out, once we have a lot of these teams built, I'm going to do a huge video where we put all of the best all-time teams into a head-to-head bracket and see who the best is. So if you guys want that, get 1,000 likes on this video, and I'll do the next video in this series, which I'm thinking maybe Miami or Oregon, but tell me down below in the comment section. But before we can build those teams, we have to finish building this one, so we spun the wheel again. The Viking, another incredible wide receiver. This player was also on the 2019 LSU team, and you guys already know who it is. It's the gritty goat, Jay Jettis himself, Justin Jefferson. It's honestly really hard for me to pick between all of these guys at the wide receiver position, but there's so many good ones from LSU that we have to add as many as we can. So Justin Jefferson, 97 overall, welcome to the squad, my guy. Another wheel spin, another player will be adding the team, and hopefully this is the one I want to see. One-handed goat. Now, this is not Jason Pierre-Paul, just to let you know, okay? One-handed. You know, I know the jokes are probably coming, but I assure you it's not Jason Pierre-Paul. Although this guy was on the same NFL team that the wide receiver we're going to be adding was on as well. And that is going to be Odell Beckham Jr., my favorite wide receiver of all time. We made him 93 overall with 96 speed, 96 acceleration. Obviously not as good as Justin or Ja'Marr in college at least, but these three are literally like the best 3 starts to a career ever in the NFL. The only reason Odell just didn't keep up with what these two have done so far is because of injuries. Otherwise, he might literally be ahead of them. He was so good before he even hit his prime. But we obviously gave him 99 spec catch. He's got really good other route running stats, but he's not even our final wide receiver we're adding. 3 more wheel spins left with another player that we'll be adding off of the wheel as a surprise. But let's spin it another time and see who we get. Generational cornerback. Let's go. The best friend of Tyrann Mathieu is getting added to the team. One of the best cornerback prospects in the history of the draft, maybe the best, honestly. We are adding Patrick Peterson to the squad. 99 speed, 98 acceleration, 99 change of direction, 99 man, 99 zone, 99 press. This guy was truly a perfect cornerback prospect, and that's why he got selected so high in the 2011 draft and why he's going to be a future Hall of Famer. We have 2 more spins left, so let's just see who they are. The first one we're landing on is number 1 pick, QB, and our final wheel spin is going to land us on plugging the middle, which is going to be a defensive player who was very good in the middle of the defense. First things first, it would not be an LSU super team without Joe Burrow himself. 99 overall. He had perhaps the best season for a QB in the history of college football. Over 60 touchdowns. We gave him 87 speed, 99 throw power, 99 short, medium, deep, and throw on the run with 99 throw under pressure and 99 break sack. And then at middle linebacker, we are adding the other player from 2019 LSU once again, Devin White, who was incredible coming out of college, especially as a middle linebacker prospect. Also incredibly fast. We gave him 94 speed, 93 acceleration, 99 awareness, 96 tackling, and 95 hit power. But there's one more player that I need to add to the team that I am adding as a secret player, not even on the wheel. Anybody who's an LSU fan for the past couple of years can probably guess who this is because it is a wide receiver. It's going to be none other than 95 overall Malik Neighbors. Now, he might be higher overall than Justin Jefferson, at least college-wise, but you guys let me know down below. All four of these guys are going to be perfect for Joe Burrow to throw to, though, and it's going to be the most stacked wide receiver core in the history of college football. I mean, not even close. And these four players, as well as Tyrann Mathieu and Patrick Peterson, are why LSU is not only wide receiver U, but DBU as well. This is the selection of incredible players we have added to the LSU super team, but Swift completed to these challenges, so let's see what happens. And we're going to kick off in week 1 against Texas State. We're coming out offense first in a rainstorm right now, but hopefully Joe Burrow and the team can put something together. No one's getting open on this drive. We finally have someone open, and Justin Jefferson's going to get a first down. Not Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase. What am I saying? We're also going to run the ball as well because we have an almost Heisman-winning running back in the backfield along with Joe Burrow as well. So we have to do it as he's going to bulldoze up for 8 yards. We got to get Malik and Justin Jefferson involved in the offense, though, as it looks like Justin Jefferson's going to be wide open. If we can juke once, he might have a touchdown, and he does. We take the lead. And we are going to go for 2 here because we have the best offense in the history of college football, so we may as well do what we can as Malik Neighbors gets the catch for 2. But we obviously have some great players on defense as well, so we're going to use our Devin White over the middle of the field and see if we get some pressure on the QB here. We almost do, and Patrick Peterson or Honey Badger, one of those guys, almost comes up with a pick. We're gonna have to have better coverage than that, though, because someone definitely got open on the left side of the field, but we're gonna try and get as many stops as possible. I am going to play the first 2 games probably on this team, and we stuffed them right there. But after I play the first couple of games, we are going to simulate the rest of the season and see how our team does and see if we can beat our challenges once again, because we need to. Otherwise, I have to give away $50 in gift cards to you guys. We're gonna see if we can get a pick right here with our middle linebacker. We come up with the sack. Perfect. We're officially in the third quarter, though, and we're up 36-10. So once we get a touchdown on this drive, we're absolutely ending this. And it looks like JJ might have one as I throw a pick. Okay, we're just going to move to the next game because that is absolutely embarrassing. We are an All-American, though, so, cut me some slack. But the all-time LSU team comes out with a huge W, 53-24 over Texas State. But let's not talk about the interception, okay? Let's forget about it. Joe Burrow, player of the game, 5 tutties, 0 interceptions, 367 yards. Not bad. In our week 2 games against Florida International, we have a Mickey Mouse schedule for some reason. First drive of the game, we do get the ball first, and we're just going to audible straight to an RPO. I want to get Lenny a huge touchdown here. We might have a lane. The right side of the O-line got destroyed, though. We only get 2 yards. Back to passing, obviously, because I'm not going to get embarrassed by Florida International, buddy. We are going to have a touchdown. Oh, my gosh. Lots of dudes being pressed here. We do have 4 incredible wide receivers, so let's see if one of them gets open. Our tight end gets open. No pause, and we get a first down. But we've seen literally 0 Odell Beckham Jr. so far, so we're going to try to hit him up the seam here. That might be it. He gets the catch. Let's go, Odell. We're getting into Florida International's territory here. That sounds like I'm starting a war or something. We're going to have Lenny open in the flat, and he's going to be able to pick up an easy first down, truck a guy over, and he gets inside the 10. I want to get a touchdown to Odell Beckham Jr. I want to get a spec catch touchdown to him, so that's what we're going to try and do. Not even close. Oh, he almost gets in. What a grab. We're going with slants again on the 1 yard line. We're going to see if Odell can just punch his baby in. We're going to get it right there. Odell Beckham Jr. Touchdown. Let's go. Second quarter here, we're up 21-6. Kind of a close game, especially against Florida International, but Odell's going to be open on the left side of the field and pick up a first. I want you guys to tell me in the comment section down below, how many touchdowns do you think Joe Burrow would throw to with this receiving core? I would guess at least 70. I mean, he threw 60 when he had Terrace Marshall and Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase. So adding Malik Neighbors and Prime Odell to that, you have to think 70 touchdowns. I mean, I wouldn't think otherwise. Oh my gosh, we almost had that. Jamar Chase getting pressed mega hard on the left side. I mean, we got to try at least a streak to him and just see if he gets open. He's not going to. Joe Burrow's going to have to roll out, and we're going to get a first down with him. Let's go. Someone's going to get open here. Malik Neighbors. Oh, my gosh. He almost mossed him. Or since it's Malik Neighbors, would it be that he leaked him? I don't like the sound of that, to be honest with you. Touchdown right there. Touchdown right there. Joe Burrow overthrew it. That might have been on me, but I'm just going to say that was a bad route and a bad throw and take no blame. Justin Jefferson open for a touchdown. Easy against that cornerback. That's going to put the nail in the coffin. And kind of as expected, we blow out FIU 59-6. Joe Burrow with another 5-touchdown game. He has 10 touchdowns in 2 games this season. He could hit 70 touchdowns. And our third game is against Kansas State, but we're going to sim this one. This is an incredibly cupcake schedule, I'm not going to lie. But if we win here, we're 3-0 on the season so far. Not too shocking with the all-time LSU team, but literally anything could happen. We could lose the rest of our games. We probably won't, but we could. But this is the part of the season where we're going to start simulating our games and just see how good our team that we built does. We have a really close game here with Kansas State actually winning almost in the first half, but now LSU is pulling away and they're going to win this game super easily. No shocker there. The game got way closer than I expected. Kansas State got within 7 points at the end there. Incredible comeback by them, and that just goes to show anything can happen. Joe Burrow, another player of the game, 14 touchdowns in the season. Congrats, dude. Pat Pete, defensive player of the week, 1 pick, 3 tackles. I'm excited to see their stats at the end of the season. Our first big test, though, against Georgia. This is going to be interesting. LSU is already up 14-3 on them, though, in the first quarter, and it looks like we might win this, but it's actually kind of back and forth right now. If Georgia can start putting some drives together, this will be a really close game as they get within 12, but it looks like we're going to pull away here or just have a shootout kind of at the end, but LSU wins this easily. 59-29 for the all-time LSU team, which is going to bring us up the ranks even more. The question is Joe Burrow player of the week once again? He's being high-fived and groped in the middle of the field, so I know he's player of the game. Malik Neighbors with 4 touchdowns. That does mean that Joe gets 4 more, though, and he's up to 18 on the season, but holy crap, what a game. Now, as for the season stats, Joe Burrow's up to 16 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, with 1,286 passing yards. Leonard Fournette has 392 yards, 3 touchdowns. Malik Neighbors has 9 rushes for 182 yards and 5 touchdowns. Okay. Malik is leading the team with 5 touchdowns. JJ has 6. Jamar Chase has 3. Odell has 1 with 5 catches. Awesome. Patrick Peterson has 2 interceptions. Devin White has 1. And Honey Badger has 1. And then Devin White has 25 solo tackles and 30 overall tackles. All right, we're going to sim to the bowl games now, pretty much the remainder of the season, and see how all of our stats and everything stacked up. We're not going to count our total stats, though, until the end of the season after the Natty and everything, because those do count now. Jamar Anthrop wins the Heisman. Interesting. 46 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. Malik Neighbors wins best receiver. No shocker there. Leonard Fournette wins best running back. Where's Joe Burrow in all this? He had so many touchdowns in 4 games. Pat Pete wins best defensive back. These are all things that happen in real life, by the way, so this is pretty cool. And we're going to be in the college football playoffs against Tulane as the number 3 seed. Interesting. I wonder what happened. So it looks like we went 11-1 on the season. Our 1 loss being to Florida, who had the Heisman winner, 31-27. We beat Alabama 77-3, though. Arkansas 70-24. I don't know what happened in that one game, but that has to be a fluke. Joe Burrow had 48 touchdowns, 5 picks, and he doesn't win the Heisman over the guy with worse stats. That's insane. Justin Jefferson also had 1,000 yards, though, and 12 touchdowns. Jamar at 855. Odell had less than Femi Ochi, whoever that is. Devin White was second on the team in tackles. Not bad. And then Patrick Peterson and Tyron had 14 picks combined. That's ridiculous. But we're in the college football playoff. We do not get a bye week, though, which is kind of crazy. I think out of all the all-time videos we've done so far, this is the first time we haven't had a bye week, so this is kind of crazy, actually. And I think it's also the first time we haven't had the Heisman winner, but I cannot remember that. First game against Tulane, though. Let's see how this goes. I'm a little bit scared of how this game's going to go. We didn't get a bye week. We lost the game during the regular season. These are 2 things that have not happened so far in this series. But it looks like we're going to get a good win over Tulane here as we're up 17-0 in the first half. And we win 37-10. We're going to move on to, I think, the Rose Bowl. Joe Burrow gets player of the game, though, with 3 more touchdowns onto his season. He's up to 51 now, I think. Week 2 of the playoffs is against Kansas State in the Cotton Bowl, a team we faced earlier in the season, so this is going to be interesting to see how the rematch goes. All right, we got a tie game here in the first quarter, and Kansas State is not getting stopped on offense. This might be very, very back and forth. It's punch season right now for both teams. We do have a lead lead to begin the second half. As we add another touchdown to that, but Kansas State matches it with a touchdown of their own. We have twice as many points as them, and we are going to beat Kansas State and move on to the semifinals. Let's go. 42-24 victory is huge. We're one win away from the Natty. Joe Burrow, how many player of the games do you need, pal? On to the Fiesta Bowl against the Gators, the #1 seed and the team we lost to in the regular season. Now, I'm going to simulate it, but if the game is really close at the end, we are going to watch. Florida does have a lead right now, though, and we are not able to score much yet. We do take the lead, though, before the first half ends, and we're up 24-7 out of nowhere. The second half is going to be big for us. We have to hold on to our lead. Florida just keeps scoring, though. If our defense holds up, we're going to win this, but it's getting very close. Oh my gosh, we almost lost that. We almost lost that lead. 45-38, LSU takes a dub. The Heisman winner, Jamar Anthrop, goes down, and Joe Burrow has another generationally good game. I mean, dude, what is this? How did he not win the Heisman, bro? I'm going to be butthurt about that forever. Low-key, though, a Florida all-time team would go crazy. You got Tim Tebow, you got Aaron Hernandez. That team would be killer. Tyrann Mathieu, Defensive Player of the Week. Let's go. And Dalik gets Offensive Player. Let's go, baby. And we're in the Natty against the Miami Hurricanes. This is going to be nuts. And again, another team that would be an insane all-time team. So tell me down below what all-time team I should do next, and tell me what players and what positions I need to add, and let's get into the national championship. Now we're going to watch the first offensive possession of both teams, and then we're going to simulate the rest of the game. It's close at the end. We'll obviously watch that too. But LSU is going to get the kickoff first in this game, and they're going to be down at the 20. Joe Burrow, who should have won the Heisman, I will stand by that. He has 700 touchdowns. Walks out onto the field, first possession in the Natty. They obviously dominated the last one they were in real life, but they're going to hand the ball off to Lenny. First play gets a juke in, and they get 3 yards. We're going to be running the hurry-up offense. Interesting. Joe Burrow back in the pocket, throws a strike over the middle, and that's a first down to it's either Malik or Jamar. And these psychos are running hurry-up every play. They must just want to feast on this defense. They're going to run it again. Lenny gets stuffed, though, and they lose 5. LSU finally doesn't run a hurry-up. Joe Burrow in the pistol formation, going to hand it off again, and this is just bad play calling. They only gain a yard. Shotgun formation for LSU. Joe Burrow's going to have to heave it for a few yards. He gets sacked. Oh, my God. And the defensive player plays the guitar on Joe Burrow's corpse, and that won't offend him. He can't hear me unless I use a freaking Ouija board to talk to him. He got wrecked on that play. Miami's going to get the ball now, and they have a chance to take the lead early against LSU. This is going to be very interesting. That was the slowest snap ever. They're doing a wildcat and throwing it deep. What? I didn't know that the CPU had it in him, dude. That was the greatest throw I've ever seen in my life, and the greatest play call ever. That was like the Philly special of college football plays. Miami already in the red zone, and I'm already horrified. I feel like we're going to lose this now, but you never know. A lot of game left. The QB's in the pocket. He's going to throw it over the middle, and they almost get a first down out of that. Shotgun formation for Miami, throwing it to the left, and he just walks into the end zone to take the lead. Oh, my goodness. We're going to see how the rest of the game goes. LSU does score twice, though, before Miami gets on the board, and my stupid friend gets online, and I can't see the score. We're starting off the second half. LSU up 11 points, but Miami's going to get a touchdown as well. Oh my gosh, this is going to be a generational second half. 9-point lead for LSU, 6-point lead for LSU. They take a 9-point lead again. Who won? Oh my God, LSU won. Okay, dude, I tried backing out to sim it to watch what happened. Miami goes down. LSU barely won that. That was unreal. 34-32. That's an incredibly close win. Jamar Chase, player of the game, 6 catches, 65 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Great game for him. Kind of like the worst player of the game we've seen so far, though. But the all-time LSU team ultimately wins a national championship. I'm going to look at the stats for the season, though, just to see what they were and make sure we completed every challenge. Joe Burrow finishes the season with 4,800 yards, 61 touchdowns, and 6 picks. Burrow also had 5 rushing touchdowns. He had 66 total touchdowns. Leonard Fournette had 1,500 rushing yards and 12 touchdowns. And for some reason, Malik Neighbors had 9 touchdowns on the ground, 331 rushing yards. I don't know how. Malik also had 20 receiving touchdowns. Justin Jefferson had 15. Jamar had 14. 3 guys with over 1,000 yards is nuts. And then Odell with 281 yards and 3 touchdowns. Great job, man. Devin White was second on the team in tackles. Parker Ruber had the most sacks. I don't even know who that is. Tyron had 12 picks. Pat P had 10. All these guys are getting picked back to back to back with the first 8 picks of the draft. But we are #1 in the nation in offense, which completes our other challenge. And we had the worst defense in the league. Don't really know how, but that happens, man. and that happens. But I want you guys to tell me down below, is this better than Joe Burrow's real-life 2019 season? He had more touchdowns, I think more yards. He didn't win the Heisman, though, but he still won a natty. Tell me down below and tell me what all-time team to make it next, boys, and click this video right here where I built another all-time team that you guys are not going to want to miss. I'll see you there in a second.